Manifesting is a process. Welcome to the middle book. You see, we all strive to live comfortably and meet our needs, but not everyone achieves this at the same pace. Why is that? There are many explanations for this, such as access to information, material resources, intellectual capacity, innovative ideas, and so on. These elements are essential when pursuing any personal, business, or family project. However, even having all or some of these factors does not guarantee success if your mindset is not aligned with your goals. The mind, through various subtle mechanisms, materializes the mental abstractions born from our desires. We must nurture these desires by understanding how things work. In this audiobook, we won't provide you with recipes or mental techniques, but we will emphasize the importance of knowing. My intention is to elevate your awareness so that you not only understand, but truly know the secrets. This knowing comes from deep within, from your true self. It is this power of knowing that brings everything you desire into your life. The material covered in this audiobook is based on the unbreakable laws of the universe. These laws are infallible, just like gravity, which never fails. As long as you understand these laws and work in harmony with them, you will never have to worry about success. Here is your opportunity to rise above the ordinary and truly begin to enjoy the joy of manifestation. Lesson 1: Principle of Attraction. Although the law of attraction is something we've all heard of, few of us actually comprehend it. We need to understand the fundamentals of quantum physics in order to provide a scientific explanation. The study of the universe's fundamental components is called quantum physics. It has demonstrated that all matter in the cosmos is composed of atoms, and that atoms are made up of subatomic particles known as quanta. Subatomic particles can be thought of as energy concentrations. It is evident that energy is the basis for everything in the cosmos. The energy in lead and gold atoms vibrates at different frequencies, which is the only distinction between them. Because they vibrate at the same frequency, the same particles group together. Since energy is the basis for everything, what is thought? Energy also exists in thought, and it vibrates at a specific frequency. Laboratories have demonstrated this. Scientists can measure the frequency of thoughts or brain waves by using appropriate equipment. It should now be clear to us that things don't happen by happenstance. There is a purpose behind everything that occurs in our lives, and that reason is inside of us. Everything we encounter is a result of our thinking. Everything occurs precisely by global principles. There are no coincidences or miracles. Our thoughts draw everything that we own. We are the authors. We attract circumstances, people, and things that resonate at our frequency, just as gold atoms attract each other because they vibrate at the same frequency. Both positive and negative news are available. Unfortunately, we may have abused the law of attraction, leading to unfavorable situations. Fortunately, we can effortlessly and actively attract anything we desire going forward. Sending forth thought vibrations at the same frequency as our desires is all that is required. Everything else will be handled by the law. You'll take the appropriate actions when they are needed. You desire what you want as well. Similar things attract similar things. To summarize, our ideas are energy that is always in motion, and we have the ability to create anything we set our minds to. We'll leave the rest to the law of attraction. Most of the time, our thoughts are who we are. The easiest method to put the law of attraction into practice is to visualize what you want for as long and as often as you can. You can be positive that you already have what you want and that it will materialize in your life soon. Lesson 2: Principle of Transformation. I was listening to the transformational tape by Dr. Wayne Dyer the other day. This is how he explained transformation. Consider the two syllables that make up the word transform. Form, the second syllable, alludes to our body, which is our physical form. Trans, which means going beyond, is the first syllable. The act of transforming entails transcending our physical shape and the material environment. In essence, life is about transformation. We have changed continuously since the day of our birth. This is undoubtedly correct from a scientific perspective. The person listening to this audiobook right now is not the same as the person listening to it a minute ago. Millions of biological processes are taking place in your body as you read this, and it is always changing. Every minute of our lives, our bodies are in constant exchange with their surroundings. Billions of atoms enter and exit our bodies with each breath we take. We are not a solid, unchanging entity. We are dynamic energy that changes all the time. Was that what I said? We are energy, indeed. Quantum physics holds that all matter is composed of atoms and that each atom is composed of smaller particles. These subatomic particles are nothing more than energy in various frequencies of vibration. Our body is also. All of the energy in our body is what it is. We now see our bodies from a different perspective. As evolving energy, we are ever changing. This raises the question of who is in charge of this transformational process. What is the driving force? There is a heavenly power that permeates everything, is the response. Both scientific and religious authorities concur on this. I prefer to refer to this power as intellect. Some people refer to it as God. All that is visible, touchable, and sensed is permeated by this intellect. It is in charge of all material creation. Through the holy power of this intelligence, we could construct anything we desired if we could connect with it. It is actually always there in us, even prior to our birth. Throughout human history, many successful people have connected with this intelligence through the practice of meditation. This meditation method is provided by Dr. Deepak Chopra. I want to share it with you since I think it's quite simple and effective. Place your feet flat on the ground while you sit comfortably in a chair. Place your hands on your thighs with palms up. Maintain a straight back. Shut your eyes, then turn your attention to your breathing. Consider the words "so" on inhalation and "hum" during exhalation. Don't try to control, instead, gently follow your breath and repeat the sentences in your head. Refocus your attention to your breathing whenever your thoughts wander. Continue doing this meditation for 20 minutes. How can one apply this principle in real life? Begin altering the way you see your body. Throughout the day, say energy, transformation, and intelligence several times. You'll have a completely new perspective on the world. Recognize that you are a different person now and forgive yourself for any mistakes you committed in the past. Every instant, a new you is born, and you are living this moment with this new you. Daily emphasis on your goals will help them to materialize. You are the creator and possess the intellect of creation, so trust that they will. By everyday meditation, you can communicate with this intellect and give it your wishes. Lesson 3: The Principle of Connection. Among the most fundamental ideas in the cosmos is this one. You will always produce the success you want as long as you comprehend this idea and apply it to your daily life. The connection concept is the name given to this essential idea. According to the idea of connectedness, all humans are interconnected and part of the same world, meaning that we are not distinct entities. Stated differently, the entire cosmos is a single entity. We are all a part of it and its entirety. I want to paraphrase Dr. Wayne Dyer since his writing is rife with wisdom. According to him, humans are envirorganisms rather than organisms in the environment. Try holding your breath for a moment if you feel as though you are disconnected from your surroundings. The environment is essential to our existence. The two of you make up the whole. There's no getting away from it. There would be no you without the environment, and there would be no environment without you. Consider it this way: the white space behind the text is what draws your attention to them as you read them on the screen. This page is made entire by the words and the space. The page would not exist if none of them existed. Where do we come from is a crucial question we should ask ourselves if we want to fully comprehend the law of connection. We grow out of this environment is the response to this query. Dr. Wayne Dyer used to explain this idea with the illustration of a plum tree. I want to share it with you here since I thought it was extremely intriguing. A plum seed is planted in the ground, and it gradually develops into a root system, trunk, branches, leaves, and eventually a bloom that yields plums. We don't claim the plum tree originates from a different universe when we see it, rather, we say it grows out of this one. You too will emerge from the world in the same manner as the plum tree. You just develop out of this world and are an extension of it, or to put it another way, the world is an extension of you. You are not a separate being from another world. Thus, everything around you is an extension of who you are. You can make anything you want if you know this. Everything in this environment, including abundance, health, the divine relationship, and any other material processes, is a part of you because you are your environment and your environment is you. These are all already a part of who you are. To put it another way, this means that everything you desire is already given to you at the quantum level. All you have to do is use the law of attraction to make it come true. Other people are an extension of you, just like everything in this environment is. At the quantum level, you are related to everyone in this universe. I had a lot of doubts about this concept up until I went to a seminar. They presented a straightforward method during the seminar that can demonstrate how interconnected we are all. I was astounded by the outcome. In order for you to give this strategy a try on your own, let me share with you how it worked for me. I knew where my friend worked, but I had never had the opportunity to see her. I hadn't seen her in years. I made the decision to give this method a shot and utilize it to locate my friend after learning about it. I scribbled the subsequent phrase on a blank sheet of paper. I will meet Lucy. Note that Lucy is merely a fictitious name that I'm using for illustration purposes. Once these words are written down, remove any letters that appear more than once in this sentence. For instance, this sentence contains 3 ls, eliminate the other 2 and retain only 1. I will only have the letters IWLMETUCY after doing this. Using these capital letters, create a drawing of anything you like. It doesn't need to make sense. The idea is to create a drawing using these characters. Then, that evening, I looked at the sketch and visualized it in my head before turning in for the night. I completely let go of it the following morning, threw the paper away, and stopped thinking about it. The reason for this is that your subconscious mind operates more for you if you have a higher level of trust in it. I just disregarded it and allowed my subconscious to take care of it. The incredible part was that I got to meet my friend a week later. I was taken aback by how effectively this gear functions. It's incredible. I firmly think that we are all connected now. I hope that as of right now, you have a fresh view of the world. Recognize the world as a part of yourself and the quantum connection between you and anything you seek. Then positive things will start to appear in your environment. How might this idea be applied in real life? 1. Remind yourself that you are not alone if you are feeling down. You are constantly filled with the universe's holy energy. Your thoughts will manifest all of your wants since you are linked to the source energy. 2. Love everyone and acknowledge them as a part of yourself. Say it aloud several times today: I will love my neighbor as I love myself. 3. Recognize the beauty in everything you encounter, understanding that it is all a part of you. Lesson 4. The principle of all possibilities. The fundamental aspect of the cosmos in which we live is the principle of all possibilities. It is the fundamental nature of everything that exists in our world. Every object, be it a human body, a vehicle, or a dollar bill, adheres to the principle of all possibilities. Our grasp of this principle will cause a sudden transformation in our mental attitude and view of the physical world we live in. What then is this all possibles principle? According to the principle of all possibilities, everything in the universe is a field of all possibilities and is dependent upon our observations. This means that the cosmos in which we live is a field of all possibilities. To put it another way, this concept merely states that everything material only exists as a result of your observation. When you take your observation away, it starts to happen. The room you live in, for instance, only exists because you look at it. The moment you turn your gaze away, it will become completely invisible. It may sound fantastical, but this is real. This has already been demonstrated by scientists to be true. As you are already aware from reading my earlier writings, subatomic particles, the fundamental building blocks of the cosmos, make up everything in it. The peculiarity of these particles is that their existence is inferred from the traces they leave behind. We have never seen them. The fact that these particles are only real when we see them is another intriguing aspect about them. It appears as a space-time event magically when we focus on it. We now know that nothing could possibly exist without your attention or observation. We live in a universe where everything is possible. What relevance does this principle have to us? Since everything we want is also conceivable, it has everything to do with ourselves. Everything we could ever want, a car, a fit physique, a spiritual connection, is already present in this expanse of infinite possibilities that we refer to as the cosmos. By using the power of your attention, you can make things real. Keep in mind that everything that is possible exists right now. There already exists in this field of endless possibilities the version of you that is rich and abundant in life. You haven't seen it or experienced it because you haven't given it enough thought. The cosmos will start to bring it into your reality the moment you start to focus on it. The universe is in motion while you ponder. You have to exercise caution when giving instructions since the cosmos will obey them precisely. You have to be extremely aware of how you are vibrating because that is the only way the universe can receive your instructions. Your current state of focus determines your vibration. It's time to redirect your focus as soon as you realize that your energy is out of alignment with your desires. Regardless of how things happen, the universe always obeys your commands, so you have to be aware of your vibration at all times. This lesson's main takeaway is this. How might this idea be applied in real life? Train your mind to perceive things differently starting now. Remind yourself that everything you see is a space-time event that came into being as a result of your observation, rather than perceiving it as a solid object. Keep your focus on your desires and observe every moment, knowing that the universe is working flawlessly to make them come true. Throughout the day, remind yourself as often as you can that all that is imaginable already exists and that you have the power to choose to experience your wants by focusing elsewhere. Lesson 5. The Principle of Being. This is one of the most effective ideas that will enable you to nearly immediately fulfill your goals. This is existence's fundamental idea. You won't ever have to be concerned about not receiving what you want when this idea is applied properly. You'll begin to see how simple and effortless it is to create the life you want. The idea behind the principle of being is that you can experience anything you choose in the physical world very fast if you choose to be in that state of being or possessing. Being wealthy already is, for instance, the fastest path to becoming wealthy. The reason your current state of being matters so much is that it shapes your thoughts and the way you perceive the world. When you are poor, you will think, speak, and behave like a poor person. When you are rich, you will act and perceive things differently. Ideas that alter your perspective and cause things you look at to shift are among the most important lessons I have learned. When you are wealthy, everything in your environment begins to change because you begin to view things from a wealthy standpoint. Your ideas also immediately alter. According to what quantum physics has taught us, our observations influence subatomic particles to change. Like the microcosm, the macrocosm is also. If you alter your perspective, the things you see will also shift. This has a straightforward message: altering your state of being will alter both the objects and the way you see them. Declare to the universe, "I am rich," if you want to be wealthy regardless of your existing situation. Refrain from being duped by the outside world. People often misunderstand that they are not controlled by their external environment. The results of the decisions you have made thus far are the external circumstances. The only reason you are broke is that you have previously decided to be in that position, and as a result, your external environment has come to represent your financial situation. Though, believe it or not, you did choose to be broke knowingly. I'm not arguing that you chose to be broke for no reason. It is now clear to us that the outside world is merely a reflection of who you are. Then, by altering our mental state, we may consciously alter the outside world. Say, "I am rich" with conscious affirmation. Feel the sensation of wealth when you confidently declare it. Even though you currently have no money at all, you are nevertheless confirming the truth since, on a quantum level, you already have wealth. Everything that is capable of existing already does, including the version of you that is surrounded by wealth. You are unable to feel wealth because of the illusion of time. Nevertheless, you are able to change your perspective and decide to live in a wealthy condition right now. It will become apparent to you in the real world very soon. Your emotions and physical state are how the universe reacts to you. The cosmos will mirror your choice to remain wealthy by rearranging the outside world to support your current level of wealth. It's also true in the other direction. Harmony, good or bad, is necessary for the universe to function. Maintain your wealthy status by affirming to the cosmos, "I have enough money, and I allow what I already have enough of to flow to me." How is the principle of being put into practice? Remind yourself that you are already wealthy on a quantum level by affirming, "I am rich," or any other desired state. Try to do this throughout the day as much as you can. Your reality is shaped by your constant thinking. Maintain an affirmation that will cause you to feel wealthy, and say it as often as you can. An excellent example would say, "I decided to feel prosperous and draw boundless wealth into my life right now." Lesson 6. The Principle of Now. Have you ever wondered what time really is? Once you grasp the true meaning of time, you'll never experience worry, anxiety, or unhappiness again. The truth is that time is just an illusion. No matter how persistent the illusion of time is, the illusion of past, present, and future is still an illusion. Einstein quantum physics has scientifically proven that the only moment that truly exists is now. There is no past, no future, only the present moment. The past and future are merely perceptions that exist in the human mind. What you think about the past or the future is just an illusion in your mind. Now is the only time that exists. The illusion of time makes us believe that the past, present, and future are separate periods. In reality, everything is happening right now. All events occur in the present moment. If you're skeptical about the concept of now, try doing something yesterday or tomorrow right now. It's impossible. When do you recall your past? Right now. When do you dream about your future? Right now. You can't actually experience the past or the future because they are merely concepts in your mind. They don't exist in reality. Even when you think you're in the past or the future, you are still in the present moment. Nothing happens outside of the present, everything occurs right now. If you truly live in the present, you won't experience any problems. All perceived problems exist in your imagined future. You mentally project them. But if you focus entirely on the here and now and handle what needs to be done, you'll never encounter any issues. As a prophet once said, "My life is completely focused on the here and now. and I always know the proper thing to do in any given circumstance. As a result, I don't worry about the past or worry about the future. This is eternal consciousness. Fear, anxiety, and concern are absent in timeless awareness. You're in the zone, in harmony with the source of energy. Making the decision to live in the present now is one method to encounter the eternal awareness. Keep an eye on and monitor your thinking. Due to the fact that the past is its sole point of reference, your mind will constantly want to escape the present. The instant you recognize that you are truly in the present moment and that your mind is escaping it, you can just observe it. The question is why I experience what I am feeling right now and nothing else, since this now is all that exists. You have made that decision, is the response to that query. There are countless things happening right now, and you are free to choose to experience any one of them. This is the beautiful moment of now. By giving an order to the universal mind, also known as the cosmic mind, infinite intelligence, source energy, or God, you made your decision. The universal mind brings to you exactly that which you send out, based on your level of conviction and clarity. You had given the order at some point in this space-time continuum, and the universe took it and executed it flawlessly. That's precisely what's happening to you right now. It's critical to understand that the cosmos interprets all of your instructions, good and bad, equally. It is unable to select for you. You must decide for yourself with confidence and clarity. After you've made your decision, let the universe take care of the rest. How might this idea be applied in real life? Keep a regular eye on your thoughts. Continue focusing your attention on the here and now. Remind yourself now is the only time that exists. The past and the future are just illusions that exist in my mind. Whenever you find yourself worrying about the future, I make the decision to focus entirely on the here and now. Make meditation a daily habit. Lesson 7, Principle of Higher Self. I'd like to start off this class with a Dr. Wayne Dyer quotation. This is what he wrote in his book, Manifest Your Destiny. You possess a divine ability to attract and manifest everything you need or want. Wayne Dyer, you will concur with me, I'm sure, that we are more than simply our bodies or this physical form. Something everlasting and unseen exists within each of us. I would like to know if you are a body with a soul or a soul with a body. You know deep down that you are more than just a body, you are a soul. We are far more than this visible and tangible form that we are familiar with. There is an immortal quality within each of us that never fades or is born again. This is your higher self, also known as your soul. Have you ever questioned these things about yourself? From where do we originate? Who made the material world in which we live? Our rational minds tell us that something inside trees makes them, just as they do when we view flowers or trees. When we venture outside in search of the answer, we discover that all trees originate from a single little seed. Then, we are aware that this seed contains the necessary information. When we open the seed, all that's visible is some brown stuff. However, when we examine this material under a microscope, we can see some molecules and eventually some atoms. When we finally examine it with the strongest microscope, we find that there is only energy present, which comes and goes. No particle is present. This is so mysterious. Eventually, after much searching, we uncover that nothing at all contributed to the creation of the tree. The tree was made by this non stuff, or nothingness. It formed our bodies in addition to the tree. We originate from this void of existence. There is nothing except energy in the beginning. This is the higher self that we originally were. Additionally, this is the realm of manifestation and creativity. The source of all energy in the physical cosmos is the same field. The human body was generated by the same field of energy that formed a forest, galaxy, or star. This is the origin of manifestation or the source of creation. Above all, you are not different from this source. in fact, you are this source. It's also critical to understand that the source energy is infinite, boundless, and inseparable. We've been taught that although every one of us is a unique human person, the cosmos as a whole is one. You have to be conscious of the fact that you are both a physical body and a non-physical body in order to fully comprehend your higher self. Your inner self, your higher self, exists in this non-physical body. It never fades and is everlasting. Take a moment to identify the people who are reading, watching, and thinking. Within this body, this flesh, this bone, who is this I? You will know that this is your higher self, your real self if you find this I. You need to realize that you are the observer and not what you see in order to gain a deeper understanding of your higher self. Everything you notice is a result of this observer that is inside of you. It is the source of all things. It is where creation originates. You start to know that you are the creator of your life when you recognize that you are one with the source of energy. You start to realize that you are capable of creating everything you can conceive. You are dimensionless and boundaryless because you are one with the source energy, which is dimensionless and has no boundaries. Everything and everything in this universe is tied to you. This field of energy connects you to everything. At the energy level, we are all connected, I say again. We are linked to our desires as well. We now see that anything we want is already present in this vast ocean of energy sources as a form of energy. All we have to do is radiate the same energy vibration in order to draw this energy in. You can count on your desire to materialize in your life as long as you follow through on this. In the event that it doesn't, universal law will have failed. I want to wrap up this lesson by quoting Dr. Wayne Dyer. The core of manifestation and the real meaning of the higher self are both succinctly expressed in these words. I'm hoping you can hear them a lot till you can commit them to memory. These are his words. Getting things that are not here is not the purpose of manifesting. Attracting what is already there and spiritually a part of you is the goal. Wayne Dyer. How might this idea be applied in real life? Always be the observer. Keep an eye on your ideas. Observe your inner self, which is invisible. Always ask yourself, who is watching and who is thinking? You will then recognize your higher self. Remember that you are one with the source of energy whenever you are experiencing doubt, concern, or anxiety. You are receiving your wants at the energy level from the infallible global rules. Do this again. What I am seeking is seeking me. Think of the world as a whole. All that is passed through you is the Holy Spirit that permeates everything. Consider everything to be a part of yourself. Refuse to regard someone as being above or under you, instead, see them as being you. Lesson 8. The Principle of Cause and Effect. According to the law of cause and effect, everything is both an effect that is brought about by something earlier and a cause that will bring about something later. The fundamental idea of the cosmos is cause and effect, which controls everything that occurs right now. It is both easy to use and highly effective. Without cause and effect, just think of what this planet would become. The cosmos wouldn't work well. Similar to the law of gravity, the principle of cause and effect is an unbreakable global law. You may practically construct your own destiny if you comprehend it and live by it. This will allow you to foresee your own fate. Since everything that is happening right now has a cause, the question that arises is what the cause of my current circumstances and condition is. Many people think that some external factor, like the state of the economy or the pace of inflation, is to blame for their predicament. They fail to see that their external circumstances are merely reflections of their internal circumstances. The real causes of their current situation are their internal ideas and beliefs. Recall that you are the source, the circumstances outside of you are the results. A common mistake made by many is allowing their inner world, which is the cause, to be influenced by the outside world, which is the result. They are feeling more of the effects since they have actively contributed to the cause. They will then question why they are continually running into the same predicament. Don't let the outside world deceive you. These are only the results. You may alter the situation by altering the causes, which are your own sentiments and ideas. Don't let being broke deceive you if you glance around and discover that you are in financial ruin. Instead, just tell yourself that it's only an effect and concentrate on success. Your circumstances will soon adjust to reflect your inner emphasis. The Proverbs, what you focus on expands, and your consistent thoughts create your reality, may already be very known to you. In actuality, they're all expressing the same thing. Everything that happens to you is a result of your thinking. You have to use extreme caution in your thoughts. Ask yourself, what is the effect of my present thinking on a regular basis? Keep an eye on your thoughts at all times. Make sure your desires and your ideas are in sync at all times. Then, how can you tell whether your ideas are in line with your desires or not? That's something you can tell just by observing your feelings. Within our bodies is a precise monitoring system. Your body will alert you when your ideas are in line with your desires by evoking a negative emotion, and it will do the same when your thoughts are in line with a positive mood. This is the reason it's critical to constantly be aware of your emotions. You can choose to be in a positive emotional state at any time if you are willing to do so. Flip switch is one of the most effective methods that Dr. Robert Anthony created. You will eventually draw anything you want into your life and be able to maintain a highly vibrating positive state at any time you choose. I won't go into the specifics of this approach here, but the general premise is that by focusing on happy thoughts in the present, you may send out a positive vibratory signal to the universe, and it will respond by bringing your goals that have the same vibrational frequency to you. You must acknowledge that everything that occurs in your life, whether good or bad, is entirely your own fault now that you are aware that everything you are going through is a result of your own inner thoughts. You alone are responsible for any challenging circumstances you may find yourself in. Changing your thoughts immediately is the greatest and only thing you can do. You have to change your thoughts right now because, as you already know, this is the only moment that exists and in which you can use your power. It doesn't matter how negative your thoughts have been in the past or in the future. Your body will tell you when you are on track and when you are not if you pay attention to its cues. Whenever your body sends you a bad indication, quickly adjust your emotional state to something good. Never forget to maintain a high vibration. How might this idea be applied in real life? Ask yourself, what is the effect of what I am thinking now on a regular basis? Keep a close eye on your emotions and shift them to a constructive thinking right now. Say to yourself, I am totally responsible for everything that is happening to me right now. If you find yourself in a challenging circumstance, then pay attention to the fix rather than the issue. Bonus lesson number 1. Step-by-step guide to manifest your desires. I've been discussing manifestation for a while now. My goal is to assist individuals realize the limitless power they have been given from the moment of their birth and, ideally, to help them realize this potential and re-establish a connection to the source of creation. I really think that your degree of awareness is directly related to how successful, happy, and fulfilled you are in life. Reaching enlightenment, which is the ultimate state of consciousness, is our ultimate goal in life. Our sole purpose in life is to increase our consciousness by the experiences of education, employment, and daily living. Studying universal laws is the quickest approach to move something from the invisible world into the visible realm. Studying should be done frequently, not just once. These laws need us to make sense of them, incorporate them into our everyday thoughts, and become a part of who we are. You will have attained true enlightenment at that point. Your life is no longer filled with struggle, instead, it is a simple, stress-free process of creation. Ask and you shall receive, give and you shall receive even more. In this lesson, I have covered 8 principles of the cosmos. But even if you're unaware of it, you might understand it. There's a difference between knowing and understanding. While knowing originates from your superconscious mind, which is linked to the universe's highest intelligence, understanding comes from your conscious mind. You have to constantly remind yourself of these laws if you want to genuinely understand them. You have to learn them, consider them, and constantly remind yourself of them until they come naturally to you. Enlightenment will then occur. I've found that while a lot of people read my articles about universal principles, not many of them know how to put them to use. For that reason, I've created a step-by-step guide that will walk you through using these principles to materialize anything you want. Here it is. Step 1. Define your major goals clearly. Even if you are aware of what you want, the universe will not be able to assist you. You should be really definite about what it is that you want to achieve. Intentional writing of your goal appears to be of great assistance in every situation. Examples: I will earn $20,000 per month. I will attract my soulmate into my life. Step 2. Design a good affirmation for each of your goals. Your affirmation needs to be truthful and credible. Using phrases that evoke strong emotions is usually beneficial. Example: I decide to make $100,000 my reality right now. I accept this or something better. Adding the phrase, I choose to your affirmation will make it seem much more credible. I accept this or something better should always be included with your affirmation. You'll be shocked at how much more you receive. Since there is only one moment that exists and in which you can use your power of creation, uttering the word now activates your ability of creation. This is the single instance in which it manifests. Saying now is a truthful statement. Saying, but I don't see the $100,000 is a fallacy. You are telling the truth. What you perceive to be your current possession is an illusion. You already have $100,000 in energy. Step 3. Program the affirmations into your subconscious mind. Creation comes naturally once your subconscious mind recognizes the affirmation as true. You've probably heard that your thoughts manifest as your reality. One of the most effective strategies to transform a desire into a recurring thought is through affirmation. You must gradually persuade your subconscious mind by repeatedly stating the truths in order to get it to accept your affirmation as true. Every time you say your affirmation, you need to remind yourself of this reality. On a deeper level, I am linked to the universe's ultimate intelligence, which is the source of all creation, both past and present, in the material world. That means that I can make anything I want, whenever I want. The origin of everything is myself. I now decide to see my desires materialize in my surroundings. Step 4. Monitoring your thoughts moment by moment, and keep the state of being. The inclination to think negatively is ingrained in the human mind and is a product of our evolutionary history. This negative pattern has been our greatest nemesis on the path to enlightenment, but it has also aided us throughout the evolutionary process by keeping us aware of the threats. Thankfully, God has endowed us with an internal guiding system that alerts us to any unfavorable thoughts. Our emotional system is this guiding system. You will experience a negative emotion whenever you think something negative. This is precisely right. Your emotions are your means of communicating with the cosmos, as you have already discovered. You are miscreating every time you experience a bad feeling. You have to be really aware of your emotions. If you sense something bad coming on, deal with it right away. Don't let it fester, squash the monster while it's still small. Reflect on your objectives, say your affirmations aloud, and consider all the things for which you are thankful to counterbalance the bad feeling. At that point, you're back on course. In addition to keeping an eye on your negative ideas, you should deliberately cultivate happy emotions and sentiments. Maintaining the state of being, that is, believing that your wishes have already materialized and that you already own them, is the most effective approach to do this. This is the quickest route to realizing your dreams. Step 5. Get connected to your higher self through daily meditation. You must give your higher self the opportunity to communicate with you. It is a portion of the most creative mind and may make your dreams come true. When you meditate, that's when you can connect with your higher self the most effectively. Take prompt action upon receiving any message from your higher self. This is the strongest support available to you. Individuals frequently make the error of searching outside of themselves for the solutions when, in fact, they already exist within. I do a japa meditation that Dr. Wayne Dyer taught me, and it truly makes me appreciate the joy of creation. You can choose any type of meditation you like, even just 20 minutes a day of silent sitting will have a big impact. Step 6. Surrender. Before you turn in for the night, every day, place your complete trust in the universe and give it the freedom to fulfill your dreams while you sleep. Before you go to bed, say this prayer: I let the universe handle all the details and bring me what I ask for. I am appreciative of this strong support. I have complete faith in it. By putting this 6-step manifestation technique into practice, you'll never have to worry about not getting what you want in life. You'll genuinely feel the delight of manifestation. The power of inner dialogue. Do you know what your inner voice is saying? If not, you are now able to recognize it. There is a voice inside of you that is always speaking to you. Just be quiet and pay attention. If you have disregarded this small voice's influence, you have been losing out on a fantastic opportunity to increase your own authority. There is good and bad in your inner monologue. You are highly likely to have a pleasant inner dialogue and experience the delight of positive life if you have a positive thought pattern. Regretfully, the majority of people have negative internal monologues and lack a constructive thought pattern. They actually pull themselves back every time, asking why there doesn't appear to be any progress despite their best efforts to change their circumstances. The quality of your inner conversation has a direct impact on your level of achievement and fulfillment in life. Given the significance of inner conversations for personal growth, it is imperative that we get a deeper comprehension of their functions. We are always judging and evaluating ourselves in our inner monologue. Based on our prior experiences, our inner dialogue will categorize everything we see, hear, or sense as either good or terrible or right or incorrect. This is critical to our continued existence. Your inner voice will warn you of snakes as being harmful and will inform you that flowers are beautiful when they are seen. As a guardian, your inner voice keeps you safe from harm's way. However, when it comes to enhancing your personal strength, this internal discussion isn't always beneficial. Are you prone to using the word can't? If so, I advise getting rid of this word from your vocabulary. I think this is the most beneficial advice I can provide you. When your inner voice tells you that you're incapable of achieving a goal, pay caution. Your inner voice often tells you not to try new things because it wants to keep you safe. Its goal is to protect you, and that is admirable, but it also places too many restrictions on you. You have to take on new tasks and acquire new skills if you want to develop. Assume for a moment that you wish to make $1 million but have never done it before. You look through the vast database of your memories from the past and are unable to locate the solution. It will come to an end with you can't in your inner monologue. It will put a lot of effort into persuading you that what it says is accurate since it doesn't want you to be in danger. But in order to truly experience the thrill of being a billionaire, you have to acquire new abilities and adopt a millionaire's mindset. Your old database will never contain the solution. Change your negative mental monologue to a positive one. Never underestimate it, despite what your inner voice tells you. Consider things from a different angle. Is what it claims to be true? Recognize the negative thoughts running through your head and replace them with positive ones. To live a prosperous and more fulfilling life, all you need to do is that. Why isn't everyone doing it, given how easy it is? There is just one explanation, and that is because not everyone is aware of what is right and wrong. While it might not seem reasonable, this is the case. What is healthy for them and what is not is unknown to most people. People look for solutions when they are faced with a dilemma. They purchase books, attend conferences, look for mentorships, and maybe these may help them with their issues. Sadly, unless they do these things, none of their issues will ever be resolved. Change the approach. They won't begin to fix their problems until they come to understand that the answer lies inside them, not outside of them. In the event that you forget everything I have said thus far, keep in mind this: every problem you face has an answer inside of you. The answer is already within of you, you don't need to look outside for it. You have an immortal part of yourself that has solutions for any issue you face. All you have to do is connect to it. You won't ever experience troubles if you pay attention to this eternal aspect of yourself. This part of you understands the nature of the entire universe. It is, after all, the universe itself, so it knows what is and is not healthy for you. I just want you to know that you have access to this enormous power of the cosmos. I don't want to confuse you by talking too much about your true nature or everlasting self. Nothing is insurmountable once you have it. As you give yourself more and more attention, you'll become increasingly aware of the correct responses. You will eventually start to hear happy thoughts instead of negative ones inside your head. Once you develop the practice of listening to your authentic self, it happens naturally and you won't need to put any effort into it. I'd want to share a method I picked up from Dr. Deepak Chopra with you to help you expedite this process. Exercise your mind positively. Make eye contact with your reflection each time you gaze into a mirror, then silently repeat the following lines. 1. I am completely unaffected by the positive or negative thoughts of others. 2. I am not inferior to anyone. 3. I approach every obstacle head-on without fear. These are some of your top options for internal conversation. Make them deeply ingrained in your subconscious mind by repeating them frequently. Your life will begin to automatically change. Epilogue. When you apply this new understanding to your everyday life, I'm sure you'll start to see positive changes in your environment. The power of bringing your desires to life will be demonstrated to you. Your viewpoint will change as a result of adopting these ideas, opening your eyes to possibilities and opportunities that were before obscure. You will come to understand that you have the ability to influence your reality and are not just a passive spectator of life. It will become easier to overcome hurdles and create new pathways as you bring your thoughts and actions into alignment with the here and now. Forcing results or working hard to get your objectives is not the manifestation process. Rather, the goal is to align with the universe's inherent flow. You access a boundless wellspring of inspiration and strength when you completely inhabit the moment. You may draw the situations, people, and things that reinforce your greatest goals when you're in this condition of being. There will be a deep sense of fulfillment and tranquility as you practice this new style of thinking. You'll get over your previous concern and anxiety and develop a strong faith in life's unfolding events. Making choices that are in line with who you really are will become easier as you grow more intuitive. Don't forget that the process of change is continuous. There are opportunities to improve your practice and gain deeper understanding every day. Acknowledge your progress step by step and acknowledge your minor successes. Joy and freedom that accompany conscious creativity will become increasingly apparent to you as you apply these concepts to your life. Lastly, I would want to extend an invitation to you to welcome this adventure with open arms and minds. Let your newfound insight lead you to a prosperous, healthy, and happy life. Know that you are capable of manifesting your greatest wishes and have faith that the universe is working in your favor. You are the painter of your own life, which is a canvas. Use love, purpose, and intention when painting it. Your world may change if you accept the magic of manifestation, which is right at your fingertips.